Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Martin with The Contoured Chemist. So today I'm going to kind of do what I did in the lip and cheek version, but today we're talking illuminators because I get a lot of questions on choosing an illuminator as well. So we're gonna break it down and I'm gonna show you all the colors and what I recommend, and hopefully it'll help. So keep watching if you want to check it out. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more from me, and thanks for being here. All right, friends, let's get into it and talk illuminators. So if you are brand new to Maskcara Beauty and you might be asking what the heck is an illuminator, because in mascara world, things are named a little bit differently than other makeup brands. So in the makeup world, they usually call this as a highlight. So it's what adds the glow, what adds the sparkle, what adds that touch of candlelit glow, we like to call it, as you move your face. It can be used in so many different places, and ours are really great multitaskers. So I'm gonna kind of show you where all you can use it. But in mascara world, we call this illuminators. So here are our options. I have them all in one of my artist palettes here. And we actually, these are all perfumes, and let's just say putting them all in one palette, you open it up and it's like in your face, right? Okay, I obviously love our perfumes. So let's break it down with the basics, all right? So we have creams, cream illuminators, we have powder illuminators, and we have perfumes that have the cream illuminator in them. Okay, so what's the difference? I am going to attempt to show pictures of myself wearing every single color, so hopefully you can see it. I feel like on camera, in video, it doesn't translate and they all kind of look the same. Like I'm wearing Angel today. But hopefully in photos you'll be able to see it. So I will include swatch pictures and photos of me wearing every shade at the end of the video. Okay, so let's get right on into it. Cream illuminators is where I recommend starting if you are brand spanking new to using any kind of highlight glow situation. They are the most natural. They are going to be subtle or can be more visible depending on how much you use and what color you choose based on your skin tone. So if you are very fair, I'm talking really fair, you'd probably like the lightest of our shades. This is Pearl. So Pearl is what I call an icy highlight, okay? So obviously when it's on, it's not gonna be quite so dramatic, but if you like yourself in white, if you like the eyeshadow unicorn, and you really like those icy white tones, that silver shimmer, you will like Pearl. On darker, on darker skin tones, this is gonna show up really icy, but on fair skin tones, it's gonna be probably the most visible that's not gonna look off. So on lighter skin tones, if you wear some of the darker shades like rose gold, it's actually going to show up dark on your skin, and we don't want that. So usually I always say our illuminators are extremely universal, and it's mostly just personal preference, but I will say some show up better on light skin tones versus dark skin tones. So in my color match, I will make the recommendation for you based on your skin tone, and I will explain each one and kind of let you go from there and choose the one you prefer. Okay, so the next one, I don't know if I should show or not, but just in case it ever comes back, this was a limited edition shade based on one of our conference theme called Dream. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe it'll come back one day. It looks kind of just like pale pink in comparison to Angel, but it's actually iridescent. So this is more of that purpley unicorn glow. Let's see if I can get it on more. Okay, now if you like this kind of look, then stay tuned, because there's a powder that does virtually the same thing that has that more iridescent unicorn vibe. So another one that is currently limited edition, also based on our conference theme, is Dulce, however you want to say it. This is our newest one. And this is, I would describe it more as like caramel undertones. It's very natural, but I will be honest, this is the only one that actually has, I don't know if you can see it on camera. It has larger chunks of shimmer in it, which I know some people love, some people don't love. All of our other creams are very subtle shimmer. They're not gonna be super shimmery like our powders are. They're very subtle. This one has larger, you can usually see it more on my Perfector. Do you see that? How you have those larger, now when you put it on the skin, it's actually really beautiful and natural. I think mainly because of the undertone. It's very skin tone like. It's really pretty. It's got that almost caramel gold shimmer. But just so you know, in comparison, can you see kind of the difference in shimmer? It's hard to, I honestly never even noticed when I was wearing it until I looked at my Perfector and I could see the larger, you know, particles of mica and got feedback. So this is some people's favorite. They love it. It gives, it's hard to describe. It gives that really neutral shimmer, one of the most natural, I would say, on any skin tone, but still gives more of that glow factor because you're gonna see that larger particles like hitting the light. But she be limited edition, and we're not told how long. So if you like it, get it now. If you love it, you might want to stock up, because I don't know how long she'll last. So, okay, next is one of my very favorites. This is Angel. So this is more of a pink shimmer in comparison to the others, but I don't feel like it shows up pink on the skin. So this is what I'm wearing today. It is one of my very favorites for fair skin because even though it's pink, it's very natural. Let's see if I can fit them all on here. Okay, you see how subtle and pretty that is? It just catches the light, gives that glow, does not showcase pink. It's more of like, I would say, the fair skin version of rose gold. So if you've tried rose gold, but it shows up too dark on you, try Angel. She's one of my very favorites. Okay, next is Honey. So Honey is more of that yellow gold shimmer. In my opinion, this is one of the most natural looking on any skin tone, because it's just, I'd say these three are probably the most natural. So we got Honey, Angel, and Dulce. So Honey is very, I mean, some of these I self-tan obviously. So on my skin tone, these are not the most visible, these are the most natural. Now this can pull a little yellow if you are super fair. And when I say super fair, it's like lighter than candlelit kind of fair, okay? Okay, so that is Honey. The next is Rose Gold, which is all of these, probably our most popular, which is I think why they put the perfumes in Rose Gold, so that they can be multitaskers. And Rose Gold is far my favorite. It's the one I wear on a daily basis. It can pull a little dark on the fairest. So if you can tell, let's see if I can move my bracelet down far enough. Okay, so that is Rose Gold. Do you see how it can pull a little dark? But on darker skin tones, if you got a tan, that is my very favorite illuminator. So we do have 4 perfumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are called number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I will have to like insert a picture of all their descriptions because I am the last person on earth you want me to describe the scents. I can honestly say they all smell fantastic. My favorite is probably 3, then 2, no, then 1. You guys, I can't. Hang on real quick. Oh, okay. So 3 is my favorite. 1 and 2 are probably tied. Oh, they both smell good, just different. And then 4 is maybe my last favorite, but it still smells good too. I use them all, and I do use them as illuminators. So I will put them on my cheekbones, and I'll put them on my collarbones, behind my ear, my wrists, and I love them because they aren't overpowering, but the scents last. So I feel like when I put it on my cheekbone, maybe it's the way like the wind catches and it's close in proximity to my nose, I don't know, but I can smell it. If you put it on your Cupid's bow, you will really be able to smell it all day. I don't like putting the perfumes on my lips because I have a horrible habit of licking my lips and I can taste it. So I don't put them around my mouth. I will put it on my Cupid's bow, but I won't put it on my lips. Now I'm wearing Angel over my lip and cheeks today. I love it because you can literally use these in so many different ways. So some of my favorite ways to use it, obviously the perfume is probably the biggest multitasker, but let's see. I like to put it underneath my brow, inner corner, Cupid's bow, obviously upper cheek, down the nose, on the lips. You can put it on your eyes if you don't have trouble creasing. If you've ever seen my videos, you know I use the powder illuminators pretty much interchangeably with eyeshadow because they are powders. They're incredible. So let's move on to powders. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, there's one more. Oh my gosh, and I use this one almost every day. Rewind. Glow. So Glow is the very darkest, as you can tell. It is for the darkest of skin tones. This to me is like, I might have to take this off. Okay. All right, where was Rose Gold? Rose Gold's there. Okay, so there's Glow. Glow is such a great multitasker. So if you've seen my videos, you know I swirl my bronzer brush in Glow and Bella and Muse, and I swirl them all together. And if you like a little bit of shimmer or a little bit of glow to your skin, I use Glow year round mixed with my bronzer. This is also one of the most gorgeous eyeshadow colors ever. If I didn't have such creasy eyelids, I would wear this daily. It is the prettiest color on the eyes or smudged out along the lower lash line. I've seen people put it on their lips to make any lip color a little bit warmer and add some shimmer, or on the cheeks to do the same with like mixed with lip and cheeks. Like I've seen some people mix it with Scarlet. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So this is not just for the darkest skin tones. You can totally use it if you are like me. Now we can go on to powders. So I always tell people, if you're new to Illuminator, start with the creams. As you can see, they catch the light, but they are not that blinding, wet highlight look. If you like the look of a wet highlight, like I feel like this has plenty of glow, but I like a more natural illuminator. So I do wear the powders, but I kind of save them for more like nights out, or special occasions, or if I'm just feeling a little extra. So they totally give that more wet looking highlight. So I'm gonna swatch them over here. Okay, so these look very similar, but they are not at all. So we have Starlet first. So Starlet is a great alternative to Dream, which was the one that was a limited edition. I don't think I swatched that very good. Let's get actually on my arm where you can see it. Do you see how much, and this is one of our most subtle powders. This one's a great alternative for the iridescent one. Okay, do you see how it just kind of catches the light and it's like purpley, bluey, iridescent shimmer. Unicorn vibes, that is Starlet. Okay, now if you like blinding highlight, you're gonna be obsessed with the next one. This is Glamazing, okay? If you like pearl, kind of icy white highlight, but it just doesn't show up enough for you, try Glamazing. Oh my gosh, okay? Now, obviously you're not gonna wear it that heavy on your cheekbones. You're gonna blend it out. This is gonna really give you, it's not blended out so much you can't see it. Okay, so that's really gonna give you those silvery, icy looking vibes, okay? Next is probably, I'd say, the most universal of our powders, in my opinion. Probably the very, very fairest would have to make sure they don't put it on too heavy so it doesn't show up too pink, but the next one is my personal fave, which is Photoshop. So Photoshop is pink. It's kind of, I mean, it's not really rose gold, but it's kind of in between rose gold and angel. It's got that rose in it, it's pink, but it's not, doesn't scream pink when you have it on. It looks really beautiful on tan skin, or any skin for that matter. And I love it on the eyes. So I use the powders all the time as my underbrow and inner corner highlight. Actually, do I have that on today? No, I have on Blondie, which is very similar to a shade that's coming up. And they work really, really good. They pretty much work exactly like our eyeshadows do. Okay, so, so these two, Photoshop and the next one, are my very favorite and the ones I recommend to start off with powder if you're looking for more glow. This next one is Georgia. Okay, so Georgia is kind of like what the name sounds. It's more peach. It's a peachy glow. I feel like rose gold, I don't know if you can see that, is right kind of in between these two, okay? You can mix these, guys. I totally have. So you can totally, I'll show you the brush in a second. We'll mix them on the face here in a second. But anyway, so there's Georgia. It's more of it's very natural. So I feel like if you're wanting to start with a powder and you want to stick with more natural, you know, try Photoshop or Georgia. I feel like on most skin tones, those are going to be the most natural. Okay, and then the very last one, which is almost a dupe for Blondie, which is what I'm wearing as my inner corner, would be Goldie. Okay, Goldie is straight up gold. Okay, it's a very yellow gold. It's like honey on steroids. So if you like that yellow gold but you want more, oh my gosh, how pretty are those? So subtle or more bling-in, your choice. You really can't go wrong. Okay, let's talk application. So for the creams, by far my favorite is not using the fingers, even though you'll probably see most people using their fingers. I find that you will get much more of a sheer effect if you just say dab on and then blend with your fingers. And if you don't blend, you can likely get fingerprints, and we don't want that. So I feel like that will give you very, very subtle brightening. So if you like to keep it really subtle, you can even use a brush with our creams and kind of just barely tap in and then kind of tap on. If you have hyperpigmentation like I do, and you don't want to be rubbing your fingers and moving that color corrector all around, by far, I recommend the Perfector. So this is how I always apply my creams. And when I have clients reach out to me that say that they can't see their illuminator on their skin, I always recommend using the Perfector and making sure that they're really swiping in. So I'm not talking like one swipe. You're gonna be able to see that very little, right? So that's gonna be really subtle. But when you are, I'm gonna use this one as an example. When I swipe into my creams with my Perfector, I'm swiping in a good 4 to 5, 6 times. I'm generous. So for Angel, I would do that, okay? You can see it on the Perfector, and then you can press it on. Now you can build up, just like any other cream, you can build up, swipe in again, but by pressing it on, it's going to blend those edges at the same time. You're never gonna get fingerprints. One thing you wanna do if you have mature skin like me is make sure you don't get too close to your eyes. So when it comes to cheekbone placement, you always wanna go contour underneath the cheekbone, lip and cheek along the upper line of that contour. You always want those to kind of blend together and be touching, and you never want a space in between. And then that brightener goes directly on top, almost on top of that lip and cheek, and then right above, so that you have that glow right where you want it. Now, when it comes to applying everywhere else, I use my fingers a lot. So you can easily use your fingers and add it to the inner corner and under the brows, nose, Cupid's bow. If you don't like to use your fingers, a great option is the multitasker. You can really control exactly where that goes, and it's gonna lay it on a little bit heavier. This is great for inner corner. I even have used this brush, the eyeshadow everything, or even this dome end. This one will pick up a little bit more for that inner corner brightener as well. Okay, so when we come to the powders, I will always and forever use the Best Blend Forever. This is the brush that was actually designed for the powder illuminators. Came out for these. It was designed strictly for our powders. We've just learned to love it in other ways. So I will say, any powder, a little goes a long way. It's not like with the creams where you want to swipe in enough. It kind of is less is more, build it up. Otherwise, you're gonna have to try to kind of remove some of that excess. So for me, I usually kind of swipe in and tap off, and you'll see that's too much, okay? So what I'm gonna do is just kind of barely tap in, just like I do with our creams, other creams, and then I'm just gonna brush that right on top of that cheekbone and kind of blend, so I'm not gonna get harsh edges. So that is Photoshop. If you wanna build it up, let's mix, okay? Totally use a couple. Let's add some Georgia over the top, okay? And that to me is like powder version of rose gold. Now, if you do get too much powder, you can easily use your Perfector and kind of blend, take off a little excess, grab your highlight brush, or just use this brush and kind of brush some away. It's not like it's locked and loaded. Another thing about illuminators is I always recommend making it your very last step. So if you are a powder girl and you use vanilla dust, even under your eyes like I do, make sure you are powdering, then adding your illuminator. If you were to powder over it, you're gonna take down a lot of that shimmer. If you get too much of your powder illuminator or cream and you want to tone it down, powder is a great option because it will totally take down some of that shimmer. Okay, so that is all about illuminators, application, different ways you can use them. Hopefully the swatch pictures coming up will kind of show you the difference in color a little bit better and me wearing them. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Thanks again for watching. If you need a color match for Maskcara Beauty's 3D foundation, be sure to click the link below in the description box and I'd be happy to help you out. Thanks again. Love you.